Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Tarot from the Divine. Hope you all are doing well. I'm back with your Angels, Demons, and Soul Contracts episode number 6. And today we are discussing Mahasiya, which is a seraphim. And as we all know, it looks like we're going through the seraphims first. The seraphim is the highest rank of angels. The choir of seraphim are six-winged beings that fly around the throne of God. And Mahasiya is God the Savior. People born under Mahasiya learn all they desire with ease. They have attractive faces and characters and are happy with honest pleasures. Mahasiya helps you live in peace with the entire world. Okay, and he brings rectification. So to rectify something means to make right or wrong. Okay, you've done something wrong, then you rectify it by paying it back or rebuilding it or repairing it or doing whatever it is that you did. To rectify it, you have to do whatever it takes to make it right. Okay, so that's making it right. Now Marbus is the fifth spirit. Marbus is a president, and a president is a servant to the higher angels who rebelled against God and were cast out of heaven for following their leaders into battle. So these would be the higher angels. So these would be like the princes or the dukes. The presidents are servants to. So they are lower, much lower. They're the bottom of the totem pole. Okay? And so he's a servant, and he back to him here. He's a great president and appears at first in the form of a great lion before taking, at the request of the master, a human shape. He answers truly of things hidden or secret and causes diseases, but also cures them. He gives great wisdom and knowledge in mechanical arts and can change people into other shapes. He governs 36 legions of spirits. So even though he's at the bottom of the totem pole of the rulers of the lower realm, he still rules over 36 legions of spirits. And if I'm correct, I believe a legion is somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 spirits. So 36 times 5, you can do the math. So anyway, and he brings unrestrained living. Okay, so now over here, now we're looking at the contracts. And I tried to do this without the cards yesterday, and I apologize because I didn't do a very good job. Option A, with Mahasiya, do whatever you want regardless of right, wrong, morals, ethics. No karma or punishment unless you are caught or imprisoned. Total freedom of choice, which you have in all of your contracts, by the way. There is no relinquishment of freedom of choice. You have freedom of choice no matter what. Okay, so it's all going to be your choice. So ultimately, it's up to you how your life goes. Think about that one for a second. It's always up to you. You always make the choice. When you say, oh, I didn't have a choice, well, you did have a choice. There's always a choice. Sometimes the alternate is not the best choice. Sometimes it's not a choice that, you would choose, but there's always a choice. And so when you live your life, you should live your life looking at the options as you go along. So that, well, if I do this, then what are my choices going to be after I do this? Well, if I do this, for instance, let's say I'm going to steal this car. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to steal this car. What are my options going to be? Well, one option could be to get caught, and another option would be to go get away with it. Okay, if you get away with it, you're also taking the option that you have to live with what you did, and you're constantly having to cover up, and you're constantly having to look over your shoulder, and you're constantly having to make sure that nobody knows that you're the one that took the car. If you get caught, your option is to tell the truth and hopefully get a lighter sentence. And if someone else was involved, you have to reveal who else was involved, and, all of that. Or you can clam up and not tell anything, and you take the fall. Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Make them pay too, right? Especially if it's a situation where they dared you to do it or something, and you took a stupid dare or something like that, then they should pay too. Don't be afraid of what they can do to you or what they're threatening to do to you. You handle that when that time comes. But life is full of options, and like I said before, life is school. Life is school. Life is lessons. That's all life is a bunch of lessons. You learn your lessons and your soul moves on. Okay? So, some of us are in elementary school of life. Some of us are in junior high school of life. Some of us are in high school of life. Some of us has graduated out of high school and we're in the college of life. Okay? And it's not a linear thing. You might be in college on this aspect, but boy, you are way back in elementary school on this aspect because you haven't learned this lesson yet. So, just remember that life is a bunch of lessons that we have to learn, and the universe gives us opportunities to learn these lessons. You can say challenges, but opportunities is a more favorable word. It's a better way to look at it, and you can look at it differently. Oh, what do I have the opportunity to learn now? Yay. So anyway, back to option A. Play now, pay later, Mahasiya, rectification. You're going to be doing a lot of rectifying. Okay, Mahasiya will come into play later on in your life with the rectification if you choose to play and play hard and play fast and loose and play all that, okay? And then Marbus, boy, he's built for option A. Unrestrained living. I should put that down here for option A. It's unrestrained living. Play now, pay later. It's unrestrained. And, you do what you want. All of that. All right? So that's option A. Option B. Pay as you go. Okay? Now, Mahasiya is great at option B. Awesome at option B. Pay as you go. Okay? You do something wrong, you get that karmic backlash, and then you have to do the rectification. But if you do it as you go along, then you can erase those karma points as you go. That's along the lines of 1 bad deed equals 3 good deeds. But, you have to make the good deeds equal or better than the bad deed. Each one of them has to be. It doesn't all three little ones add up to the big one, no. Each one of those deeds has to equal the bad deed, but in the good way. And it has to benefit someone, not you. It has to benefit someone else. And so, it's just easier to do good deeds and think pure thoughts. And when I say think pure thoughts, I don't mean go around with your little halo on and all of that. When I say think pure thoughts, you think with your heart. You think with your brain. You think, wow, what would I do if someone was doing this to me? And how would it feel if someone was doing this to me? It would really suck, and I wouldn't like it. And I might, you know, do something that I don't want to do, but, you know, in self-defense, and you're always allowed self-defense, always, 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 you can do self-defense. And, you know, that's where I can come in. Also, I can also help you with self-defense. Somebody's doing something to you, I can help you with self-defense. Psychic self-defense. Somebody's coming in and attacking you in your dreams, I can help you with that. Somebody's sending you projections, making your life turn to shit, I can help you with that. You know. So, my services are donation-based. Donation is not required. I give free consultations. And so, you know, I make it available for everyone. Anyway, option B, pay as you go. If you run out of good karma and keep playing, you're assessed bad karma. Yep. But rectification, that's what Mahasiya does. Now, unrestrained living, he's going to come in and tempt you with unrestrained living and say, oh, keep playing, it'll be all right. Just ignore the bad karma, and you can, you know, you can get with Mahasiya later and do your rectification. Okay. But he's going to take you over the limits. That's their job, is to take you over the limits. Make you build up so much bad karma, so much karmic debt that you can't repay it. And then you have to come back and live a karmic life. And that's what they're aiming for, because he wants you to become one of his legion. Yeah. Hadn't thought of that, had you? Then we have option C, which is pay now, play later. And Mahasiya, you know, you're receiving bad karma for stuff you didn't deserve and all of that. And Mahasiya is going to encourage you to, if you're being accused of something, Mahasiya is going to encourage you to go ahead and try to make whatever it is right. You know, try to make it right and try to do the rectification that you can, because it will reward you later. Your reward will be greater if you try to rectify something even that you didn't do. Okay? You'll get the credit for the rectification, not the jerk that did it. Okay? In the reverse, you've got Marbus, who, unrestrained living, he's going to be, well, you're getting all this bad karma anyway, so you may as well do something to deserve it. So live your life, do what you want, and deal with it later, because you don't deserve it anyway. You're going to be getting all this good karma. It'll all even out in the end, and you'll be fine. Well, yeah, but he's trying to use it up so that you don't get the reward that you're supposed to get. And then he gets points, you know, because they're all playing for points too. And then he gets points for, you know, causing your reward to be lessened, because he was able to convince you to do these things in which you have not learned your lessons. If he's able to convince you to go and do all this unrestrained living and all of that, then you haven't learned your lessons. You're still following. And you're still, you know, willing to do this stuff. So, you know, they're tricky. That's all they want to do is put you into their, and they're competing. They are competing for your soul. Your soul isn't for sale, but that doesn't mean you can't give it away. Doesn't mean you can't lose it in playing these games. You know, it's not really for sale. You can't really sell it, but you can trade it away and you can lose it other ways. Like if you make a deal and the collateral is your soul. That is not one of the smartest deals you can ever make. Ever. Never bargain your soul, anyone else's soul, any living being, any living creature. Always make it something material, something, and they usually want blood. They always want blood. So, be prepared to shed blood. And so that's your reading for today. That's your lesson. Sorry I get so blunt with y'all, but sometimes I have to do that in order to get the message across, because people just don't want to hear it. They don't want to listen. If you look at the viewership on this, there isn't much viewers. I appreciate the viewers that I have. Please share with your friends and family. Share. I mean, this message is supposed to get out. It's supposed to help people. And it will eventually. One of these days, something's going to happen, and it's going to ring a bell in your head, and you're going to go, wait a minute. I remember hearing something about this. What was it? Where did I hear that? Oh, yeah. Okay, so one of these days, something's going to happen, and it's going to ring a bell, and hopefully you'll make the right decision for you. Okay? And that's what I have for you. Thank you all for being here. And I appreciate you. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell. Share with your friends and family. And hey, until next time, have a great day.